Local and live. Covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState. Joining us today, familiar face, Sam Thrush. He is he's the president of Downtown Chambersburg Incorporated. Sam, good to see you again, my friend.
It is always great to see you, Tiny.
So as we're recording this, it is cold.
It is cold.
It is obviously well into November.
Yes.
And that leads us to what we're going to talk about. We're going to touch on this, but then we're going to go back to some things that just happened. We're doing
Absolutely.
A recap, okay, so coming up at the end of the month, we have Small Business Saturday, which traditionally now follows Black Friday, has for I think about 15, almost 20 years. Right?
Yeah.
But before we get there and really dive into the holidays, let's talk about how we wrapped up fall essentially with Downtown Chambersburg.
Well, the last time I was with Let's Talk TriState, we talked about the amphitheater's opening weekend. We had a successful weekend.
Yeah.
We ended the weekend with the Falling Spring Beer Fest presented by the Stacy Malott Group with Keller Williams, Central PA. We also had an awesome time on Friday night of that weekend.
Yeah.
It was cold, but we watched Wicked in the amphitheater.
There you go.
Before that, Cumberland Valley School of Music shared with all of us their talent and sung Wizard of Oz and Wicked music.
Wow, that sounds so much fun.
And then Thursday, the night before, we cut the ribbon with the amphitheater.
Yeah.
You know, and part of that opening evening, we celebrated community. We had Network Ministries involved, the Chambersburg Ballet Theater involved. We had the Chambersburg High School choristers and the pep band.
Sam,
was
we're going to
great.
take a time out real quick. I don't know if your microphone, I think it's down below here.
It's down below.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. You're good. Yeah. You pull your jacket up over it and you get muffled.
Yeah, so sorry about that, everybody,
all right.
on the recording today, but it was an awesome weekend to celebrate the amphitheater, which the other day I saw that there's now grass growing.
Yeah.
There.
Right, which looks great. We had you gave me a nice tour.
Yeah, you saw the sod.
I did, and it looks so good.
Yeah.
There were people who did not know that I had met with you about that I've seen in the community that have talked about this unsolicited. Did you see the amphitheater that's in Chambersburg now? And then they always ask, well, is there going to be concerts there?
Well, I hope so. Yeah. 2026 is going to be an amazing year.
Absolutely.
And we're grateful to be able to have so many partners, so many friends involved in opening up the amphitheater and building it and funding it.
Well, I think there were a lot of people who probably, sometimes you don't know there's a need until you see the solution.
All right. Well, we thought about this one, at least from a conceptual perspective, in 2015. And then we found some funding 7 years later, and here it is.
Here it is, that's right. So now, before we talk, we're not going to get to 2026 today, so let's not.
We're not going to get to 2026 today.
2025 along.
Before we talk about Small Business Saturday, I think the foodie and both of us are excited for Neighbors Food Hall and opening up. That's on the 26th of November at 102 South Main Street, right next to Berg Brewing Company.
Now tell us about this.
Neighbors Food Hall is going to have at least 5 food businesses in there. Honey's Ice Cream, which is a brand new project of the developer who built the thing.
Okay.
Falafel Shack's going to have their Pizza Shack concept in there.
Okay.
Greer's Burger Garage is coming over from York County to be part of the food hall. Issei Noodle is going to be opening up a Chambersburg location. Their home base is Carlisle. And then Kickin' Rooster is going to be there, which he's currently a food truck, so this is his brick and mortar.
Okay, so now are these going to be like transient businesses, or are they in it for
They're in it for their term of their contract.
Okay.
So, and then upstairs above the building is event center.
Nice.
So
love it.
It's a beautiful space. Looking forward to November 26th for that opening. Thanksgiving. That's the start of Thanksgiving weekend. Honestly, the day before Thanksgiving.
It is. You know, the weekend before that, there's the big Chambersburg parade day for everybody.
The Christmas parade, yes.
But then it's the 26th. We have the grand opening of that. But then we go into Thanksgiving weekend.
We do.
And then we have Black Friday. But then it's Small Business Saturday, which is the big thing. Let's talk about today.
It takes me at least 2 days to work off the turkey and everything from Thanksgiving. So
I think I've seen you at Small Business Saturday, and you do a pretty good job of
working the
turkey.
Well, and I'm hoping hoping everybody that's there shopping for Small Business Saturdays working their turkey off as they are enjoying shopping and deals up and down Main Street,
I think
throughout the downtown.
The beauty of this is twofold. Number one is that since this event has been going on, downtown Chambersburg has really boomed.
It has.
A lot. It has experienced a renaissance, so to speak.
Yeah.
But then throw into it that it would be very easy for downtown Chambersburg, the corporation, and downtown Chambersburg businesses to simply say, nope, we're good.
Yeah,
we're fine. We don't need to do this. But they continue to embrace this concept, and I'm going to have you take us through the nuts and bolts of this in a second. But just suffice to say that the second most beautiful thing about this is you literally are getting paid to shop.
You are, which we'll talk about the nuts and bolts after I mention the co-presenting sponsors of the event. That's Downtown Business Council of Chambersburg and F&M Trust, which, as Tiny mentioned, we have the Chambersburg Christmas Parade that's run by Downtown Business Council of Chambersburg. So, Small Business Saturday here locally in Chambersburg, if you spend $25 or more over the course of Small Business Saturday, November 29th, in our downtown, you bring the receipt or multiple receipts, because you can add up your coffee to your breakfast, and then that could be $25.
Right.
And you show up to the Courthouse Plaza, and we will give you an opportunity to win a portion of $3,500.
Yeah.
Could be a $10 voucher, $20 voucher, $50 voucher, or a $100 voucher.
Incredible. So the lowest denomination is $10?
Yeah, which... That's
about that. It's 50% off essentially. If you just bring the minimum $25, it's 50% off your bill essentially.
Essentially, and you can go respend that at participating downtown businesses that are willing to accept those vouchers. Gosh, that could be a thing of chocolate from Olympia Candy Kitchen.
Don't get me started, man. Let's not do
delicious.
This. It is. It's an incredible event, and it is. How many years is this now? Is it at least 10?
At least 10 that we've been doing it. Maybe upwards of 15 that we've been doing it.
I remember I was there for year one because the whole concept, I'm thinking, well, this is interesting. How's this going to go off? And when I tell you that it was so well received, I mean, and it's just grown every single year to the point where the amount that the wonderful sponsors are chipping in has gotten exponentially higher just because the response is
I think year one was about $1,000 that were being handed out, and now it's $3,500.
Right.
And I talked to my colleagues all across the Commonwealth, and they don't offer anything like this.
Well, and you also have a wonderful pool of businesses too.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a huge difference. So not disparaging any of the other municipalities and across the Commonwealth, but you do have that upper hand that's taken time to cultivate with all the businesses that line the streets of downtown Chambersburg. The one question that I always like to ask, Sam, when it comes to these types of events is, what is the radius, we'll call it, for businesses that would apply to this?
I would say about 3.5 blocks from the fountain, or 2,500 linear feet from our fountain. So I think 3.5 blocks. Like, it will include parts of Grant Street. So Gear House is not open before 10 a.m., but if you go to Omega Coffee and you get coffee and then you pair it up with breakfast at Capitol Restaurant or breakfast at Texas Lunch is in the downtown.
Right.
That works for the $25 or more.
So it says 3.5 blocks, north, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay, perfect. Yeah. Because a lot of people may think, well, when people hear Chambersburg,
they think about the entire
Walker
town.
Road, all that kind of stuff. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about downtown Chambersburg.
Downtown Chambersburg. Gosh, we haven't had this happen, but Tiny, if you need to go to the Chambersburg post office and you have $25 worth of stuff you need to do there, you could bring that receipt from the post office.
Sam, you just stumbled on something. Okay, now you said nobody's done this, which surprises me. It's Christmas card season.
It is Christmas card season.
Well, why not? Buddy,
you could go there and drop all your Christmas cards and get all the stamps. But before you buy your Christmas cards, we do have Christmas cards throughout our downtown and many of our gift shops that we have. I know Olympia Candy Kitchen, I believe he sold them in the past, but you could also get ornaments from Olympia Candy Kitchen.
Yeah, just so many up and down. Go over some. I know we hesitate to do this because we don't want to leave anybody out.
Oh yeah, it's a large list of businesses.
But let's go over some of the ones that that people tend to love to visit at this type of event.
Well, as you said, it's extremely hard for me to list all of them. But let's talk about some of the gems that have been there for well over 20 years in our business. Let's approach it from that perspective. J&B Bridal, 40 plus years.
Right.
Here's Looking at You, 20 plus years.
And these are businesses
Olympia
that have,
Candy Kitchen, 100 plus years.
They have weathered every storm.
They have.
And
Ludwig Jewelers.
Yes.
148 years, my friend.
I know, they're a wonderful client here at the radio station. I think testament to them, props to those businesses you mentioned and so many more, because there's the lean times.
Yeah.
There's the good times.
Right.
There was a time where there seemingly was nothing going on,
right.
And now there's the renaissance, the rebirth, and they're still here through it all, serving the Tri-State, but serving Chambersburg most importantly in downtown, and all those businesses still participate.
Yeah, another great friend of ours and great friend of Verstanding Media is Capitol Theater. Now picture yourself, right when their box office opens on that Saturday, going to go buy at least $25 worth of tickets. You could take that receipt and get 10, 20, 50, or $100 worth of vouchers.
Well, they're doing a musical performance of Miracle on 34th Street. They're showing the Polar Express. They're doing 2 showings of White Christmas. So why wouldn't you just get those tickets, put those in the Christmas card we talked about, and really make somebody happy at Christmas?
Yes. And honestly, friends, if you want to also get something that's a little more flexible, our friends at the Greater Chambersburg Chamber of Commerce also sells, they sell chamber bucks, which are their checks. So you could go in, give cash, and then those checks will be equal to the cash that you give, and then that goes directly to the different businesses that are part of that program.
Okay. Very nice.
So,
love that.
I mean, I know this is outside of our downtown, but, Butcher Shop they're friends of our downtown. They've helped us out with different events. They take they take those downtown dollars. They take those chamber bucks.
Yeah.
Some other friends in their house, Hardware Masonry, they've taken those chamber bucks as well.
Okay.
And they help us out with Ice Fest, which sometime in the future we could talk about Ice Fest.
We can.
That's coming up, my friend.
Buddy, there's a lot going on, but tell us again all the details about Small Business Saturday. We know that it is the Saturday following Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Saturday, November 29th in downtown Chambersburg. Buy at least $25 worth of stuff in our downtown over one receipt or multiple receipts. And come to the Courthouse Plaza after 10 a.m. While supplies last, we will be able to hand out portions of $3,500. Yep. Thank you to co-presenting sponsors, Downtown Business Council of Chambersburg and F&M Trust.
And this is, Sam, just because we always like to be very clear about this, this is one opportunity per person, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so regardless of it's $1,000 in receipts or if it's just the minimum 25, it is one per person, obviously. Right. So we want to make sure that it's fair to everybody as we can. So now, before I let you go, Sam, I want to say one thing that, because by the next time that you and I speak or whoever is going to be hosting you here on Let's Talk Tri-State, we're going to be then quickly approaching, obviously, Christmas and going into the new year.
Oh, Ice Fest.
Well, I do want to talk about Ice Fest at some point, but what I want to say is I want to put a reminder out, kind of a public service reminder, that this year there's not the standard Martin's Potato Roll.
There is not. We had to pause this year as we have been working hard on the amphitheater project and getting things set up for 2026 for the amphitheater.
I just don't want someone to be out there on New Year's Eve wondering where in the world is the big Martin's Potato Rolls.
I think a lot of people in Chambersburg has heard that we're not doing that. And it's just one of those things where we had to take a pause because there's limited bandwidth.
Sure. Yeah.
And as we're closing out the construction part of the amphitheater, we also have to start focusing on the usage of the amphitheater.
And I think, too, as you and I have spoken, and we're not going to divulge any confidences here, but I think that with the addition of the amphitheater, it gives opportunities for things that you've previously done to be bigger and better.
It could lead to new stuff as well. It could lead to Tiny and Katie playing a washboard and playing the ukulele.
And what is it, the mouth harp? The
Yes, absolutely.
Right out of Deliverance, buddy.
Yes, right along the Conacajig Creek, too.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Give me guitar, and I'll fake strum it till New Year rolls in. How about that?
All right. Well, appreciate it, Tommy.
All right, man. Well, Sam, thank you so much for joining us today on Let's Talk Tri-State. I encourage you to visit downtownchambersburgpa.com for all the information that you just heard and so much more. Full calendar of events. There's so much going on in Chambersburg and Franklin County that you may not know about and that you also may not know about is absolutely free for you to take in. So we thank you so much, as always, for joining us on Let's Talk Tri-State.
Let's talk Tri-State.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.